Hello there. My name's Brian. This is Just the Discs. We talk about Blu-rays here. Today we're going to talk about one of the great television detectives of all time, a gentleman by the name of Columbo. And the new Columbo in the 70s, or the 1970s, Columbo set from Kino Lorber. Now this is an extensive set. I have one of the discs out right now, but you've got 5 different cases, each one containing at least typically I think 4 discs. And they're doing a nice thing here because these episodes of this great show starring the great Peter Falk are all restored in 4K by NBC Universal. So that's great, but if you cram them all onto, 5 discs, then you're going to be sacrificing some of that quality. But we're looking at probably, it looks like 2 episodes per disc for the most part. Occasionally 3 episodes. So that's nice. They're spreading out the bit rate. They're allowing, the quality to be there on the disc. But this is a really great set. Now, the only thing, I'm just going to voice this tiny bit of disappointment at the beginning, and it's not with the show, it's not with the quality of the transfers. They're really lovely. But of course, those of us that follow Kino closely know that Kino had planned an incredibly extravagant group of extras, including something like, I don't know, I'm totally guessing here, 38 commentaries or, double-digit commentaries for this set. And that was part of the original announcement, and then they walked it back. And I'm saying right now, I know this isn't Kino's fault. This is the fault of the studio, and I don't know the specifics, and I'm not going to, throw shade at NBC NBC Universal, except to say I'm a little disappointed. If I had to Columbo this, if I had to guess, I would say, and this is total conjecture, they remastered all these episodes in 4K, but for streaming. Now, here's the thing. You can watch these currently on Tubi if you want to for free. I mean, that's not high quality. It's SD, but you can watch these episodes there. You can watch them on Peacock. I think they might be HD on Peacock. My guess is they're remastering them for streaming, but this is where it's a complete guess, is that, maybe they don't want to spend the money on the lawyers to go through every one of those commentaries and decide, what to cut, what to keep. And so they just say, you know what, forget it. No extras for this. Again, total conjecture. I really have no idea. It could be something much simpler or more complicated than that, and probably is. But regardless, it would have been great to have those commentaries because there's some really amazing stuff in here. This set comes with this season 1 through 7 guide. So you're getting 7 seasons in this new box set, right? Some of the seasons have... Well, okay, so we start with the 2 pilots, right? So you get 2 pilot movies. And a lot of these are... Here's what's great about Columbo. Now, I was aware of Columbo. I like Columbo, but I never really dug in, if I'm being honest. And it was Rian Johnson, man behind Knives Out most recently, that got my attention. And, he was always watching Columbo, and at some point he decides to make his own show called Poker Face, inspired by the fact that he loves Natasha Lyonne in the Netflix show Russian Doll, which is a great show, and Natasha Lyonne is a stellar actor, and I absolutely adore her too. So he makes his show Poker Face, which is basically an updated Columbo type show with a new twist where she can tell if somebody's lying. She's got this innate ability, and it's a great twist. And the show is really good. I really enjoyed it. One of my favorite made-for-streaming things, period. It was made for Peacock. But so in the downtime while we were waiting for, the new Poker Face episodes to drop because it was coming. They did, I think, 3 or 4 to start, and then they do one every week. My wife and I started watching Columbo, and I just started digging randomly into the episodes, and I was blown away by the fact that obviously I love Peter Falk, and he's incredible as this character, and one of his signature things is he just won't let go. He won't, let go of the murderer, and he almost always seems to know who the murderer is almost right away in these episodes. And the idea with this show, and the same thing with Poker Face, is that we get to see the murderer at the beginning, some sort of God's eye point of view, and then Columbo comes in, and we have to watch him do the dance with the murderer as he waits for him to slip up, or he slowly starts to figure out the things that will allow him to close the case. And he's just so good at this whole I'm going to go, and then stopping and saying, oh, but by the way, and just throwing down some real big, truth bomb that's just going to be the thing that sort of makes the person super nervous because he's onto something. And he does it multiple times an episode. He shows up and he's like, I'm so sorry to bother you, and just comes in but this has really been eating at me, and the person usually can't answer for the things he's calling out because there's some small detail they forgot. So what I'm saying is that watching these was and then the actors involved. I'm going to go through some of these cast lists for you to give you a sense of how many great character actors of the 70s were in this show, and some of them multiple times. And so what they become is these almost lost 70s movies, mystery movies in a way, with Columbo at the center of them. Yeah, it's still a Columbo episode, but ultimately you have just such an incredible bevy of amazing character actors, and it really makes for some classic viewing in my mind, and some lost stuff in terms of, okay, well, let me talk about this. So you got your pilots, but now let's talk about the first episode of Columbo. I'm sure a lot of people know this, maybe some people don't. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Murder by the Book, starring Jack Cassidy, Rosemary Forsyth, and Martin Milner from Adam 12. And it's a great episode. I did just watch that one because I was I put it on just kind of check the quality, and then I got sucked in, and it's really well done. Some great Spielbergian shots, tracking, and framings, just really nicely done. About 2 mystery writers, one played by Jack Cassidy from the Partridge Family, I guess, and Martin Milner is the other one. They're partners. You find out at the beginning they've split up, and at the very beginning, one of them, the Jack Cassidy character, kills the Martin Milner character. And then he has this whole elaborate way that he's trying to cover it up, but Columbo's going to figure it out, right? But so that's Spielberg. Spielberg starts the episode. So then we go to the second episode, and we have, I'm just going to go through the cast here. We have Robert Culp, Ray Milland, Patricia Crowley. Third episode, Eddie Albert, Suzanne Plachette, directed by Jack Smite, who's a director people will know. Fourth episode of season 1, Ross Martin, Don Amici, Kim Hunter. Great start. Fifth episode, Susan Clark, Leslie Nielsen. Stephen Bochco is writing a lot of these episodes. Sixth episode, Roddy McDowell, Anne Francis, James Gregory, Ida Lupino. Just great stuff. Seventh episode, Blueprint for Murder. Let's see here. Patrick O'Neill, Janice Page, Forrest Tucker, Peter Falk directs. That's super cool. I haven't seen that one. Now, season 2, this is where we get into some serious business here. Now, this one, Etude in Black. This is some stuff here. This one guest stars John Cassavetes, his longtime friend and collaborator of Peter Falk. They did a bunch of movies together. Falk was in Husbands and a bunch of Cassavetes films, so they know each other. They have a great rapport. This is really great. It says, it's anything but music to his ears when a symphony conductor's mistress plans to go public with discordant facts about his extramarital activities. That is Cassavetes' character. He is, I want to say he's married to Myrna Loy, or Myrna Loy is involved. I don't know if he's married to her. James Olsen's in this, Blythe Danner, and Anjanette Comer. Anjanette Comer is the girl who he's having the affair with. He has a great plot, a great plan, where he is a conductor at the Hollywood Bowl, and he's having a concert. He's going to sneak out during the concert and maybe try and kill his mistress and come back in like his dressing room like he never left. Got his alibi. Columbo, can he figure it out? We'll find out. But what I'm telling you is that plot, that movie with these guys is like a great 70s movie that you never saw, right? So that's great. So next episode, The Greenhouse Jungle, Ray Milland, Bob Dishy, Bradford Dillman, Boris Sagal directs, from the director of one of my favorites, The Omega Man. Most Crucial Game, Robert Culp again, Dean Jagger, James Gregory, Valerie Harper, Dean Stockwell. Dagger of the Mind, this is still second season. Richard Basehart, Wilfred Hydewhite, John Williams, Honor Blackman. Richard Quine directs. Requiem for a Falling Star. Ann Baxter, Frank Converse, Pippa Scott, Kevin McCarthy, and Mel Ferrer. Richard Quine again. A Stitch in Crime. Oh, this is one I've wanted to see. Leonard Nimoy, Anne Francis, Nita Talbot, Will Geer. The Most Dangerous Match. Lawrence Harvey, Lloyd Bachner, Jack Crucian. Double Shock. Martin Landau. Let's see here. Julie Newmar. This just goes on and on. So we're talking about, how much are we talking? We're talking about 2 pilots. Season 1 contains 7 episodes. Season 2 contains 8 episodes. Season 3 also 8 episodes. Season 4, that's 6 episodes. I think these were the episodes started to get even longer in these latter seasons. Season 5, 6 episodes. Season 6, only 3 episodes, but I want to say these were all like movies or something. And 7 is another 5 episodes. But I just got to keep reading some of these casts for you because this is just craziness. I'm just going to randomly grab some. Okay. Donald Pleasance, Dana Elcar, Julie Harris, Jackie Cooper. Let's see here. Story by Larry Cohen. Oh, that's great. Boris Sagal directs Candidate for Crime. Story by Larry Cohen. That's awesome. Robert Culp again. Chuck McCann. Let's see. Jack Cassidy again. Mickey Spillane in an episode. Marriott Hartley. There's Jose Ferrer, Lou Ayres, Robert Walker, Lee Montgomery, Jessica Walter, Johnny Cash in the episode Swan Song with Ida Lupino and Bill McKinney. A Friend Indeed, Richard Kiley, Rosemary Murphy. Let's see here. Ben Gazzara directs the episode of Friend Indeed. That's awesome. Another sort of Cassavetes connection. An Exercise in Fatality, Robert Conrad, Bob Conrad. Dick Van Dyke, Joyce Van Patten. Let's see here. Patrick McGowan. Robert Vaughn, Dean Stockwell again. Oscar Werner, Jenna Rollins, of course, that's great, in the playback episode. George Hamilton. That's Janet Leigh. John Payne. Oh, I love John Payne from the Noirs. Hector Elizondo, Kenneth Tobey. McGowan again. Leslie Nielsen again. Jack Cassidy again. Bob Dishy again. I love this. Ricardo Montalban. Robert Vaughn again. Wilfred Hydewhite is all over this. Dennis Dugan. Diane Baker. William Shatner. Burt Remsen. Oh, the William Shatner. Fade In to Murder is definitely a great one. It's another one where truth is stranger than fiction when a dashing TV actor who plays a detective on television decides to go head-to-head with Columbo solving a murder. That's one of my favorites. Fade Into Murder in season 6. Yeah, that's really good stuff. Burt Remsen, William Shatner. Joyce Van Patten. Let's see here. Sorrel Book. Boss Hogg himself. Samantha Egger. Sam Wanamaker directs. Sam Wanamaker for fans of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Directing TV as he did in that episode. Ruth Gordon. Marriott Hartley. G.D. Spradlin. this list is just incredible. I'm blown. Trish Vanderveer. Oh boy. Kim Cattrall. And let's see, LQ Jones. I mean, it's just an incredible. Directed by Leo Penn. Sean Penn's dad directed a lot of TV, including some Star Treks and stuff. Anyway, so much good stuff in these. So many great episodes. It's great that they're on Tubi right now. It's wonderful that they're streaming. I love that. But that could go away anytime. You know, it could drop off Peacock anytime. I mean, it'd be silly to do that. It'd be a great draw to keep it on Peacock, but especially when if they do another season, hopefully, of Poker Face. But all that said, why do we collect physical media? Because we want to have it and watch it when we want to watch it, and not on anybody else's permission or things getting pulled away from us. Anyway, it's a great set. It's really wonderful for Columbo fans. Do I wish there were some extras? I absolutely do. But that said, these look really great, and it's just such a treasure trove of mystery stories that are always interesting. There's not one that I don't find fascinating, and I'm always like, how's he going to figure it out? What's going to be the thing that will trip them up? Peter Falk, one of our greatest actors, and a role he was born to play. You know, he defined it, and so it's just a really great set. I think they've announced the 80s set, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but this 70s set is gold. Well worth picking up. Well worth your time. So anyway, thank you for watching. Check out some Columbo mysteries, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.